Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for Friday, tomorrow. This week missed quite a few videos as I was not able to post them on time. See, this is the daily chart of Banknifty that I've opened. Today was a pretty volatile day. It's like something that you don't see often. I'm just shifting to a 15-minute chart just to see what happened today. See the kind of move that we had. Most of the times we are used to the market going up and coming down, or the market coming down and going up. Today it was a three-way move. The market went up, came down, again shot up. So these type of moves, unless we book profits as soon as possible, it will be very difficult to trade. See, on the daily chart, once we hit this low, this low of 32,500 or 32,000, to almost 32,300. From there we got a bounce, and today it ended up being a pretty volatile day. Now, before we go to the intraday chart and see how we could have traded today and what are the possibilities for tomorrow, on this daily there's nothing much to see based on the chart pattern, but on hourly there is something interesting, and this will be our move forward. See, today I'm sure a lot of people would have made money either on the upside or on the downside. See, on the hourly chart, we have this trend line that where almost any trend line where the price action has taken resistance or support more than thrice, right? More than twice is a good trend line to keep a track on. See, even here at the bottom, these two trend lines, we have the trend line on top where we have tested it thrice, and at the bottom also we have tested it thrice. So the next best trade would be if either this breaks out or this breaks down. If this trend line breaks down, there is a possibility we might come and hit the lower level again, if not tomorrow or next week. So this will be my trade possibility and what I'll be looking forward for tomorrow and the week coming. We still have few days left in this month, so this week, tomorrow and for the next week. Now, coming to our 15-minute chart in Bank Nifty, I'm just going to put on the CPR levels, and this is on the 15-minute chart, and just hide all the other lines that I've drawn. See, this is the daily CPR chart for today. The moment we broke out of CPR, this itself is a CPR setup where the price breaks CPR, opening flat at the CPR and breaks. There's a possibility we'll touch R1 and R2, and once this previous day high and R1 broke, we hit R1, R3. See, apart from we can have many support resistance trend line, which is important to have and drawn, right? But the beauty of CPR is, you see the kind of levels that has worked out. We went up, exactly took resistance at this R3 and then dipped until S1. See, it's not necessary we need to trade everything, the up move, the down move, and again the up move, especially for intraday trading, okay? All that we need to do is just capture one move, either this up move or this down move or this up move. Any one is more than enough. We should never have an aim to trade everything. See, today for a lot of people it would have been difficult for the option sellers, because after such a big fall, who knew we would have recovered the 33,000 call, right? 33,000 call from about 15 rupees shot up to almost 300 rupees in just matter of 3 or 5, almost in the 15-minute candle, right? See, the first best entry for today in Bank Nifty was the moment this R1 broke. We could have kept this R1 as stop loss and entered. See, if this was a green candle, this was a red body candle, right? The first 5-minute candle. If it was a green candle, we could have even entered here, keeping the pivot as stop loss. But the best entry, the moment this came and the RSI was above 60, this was the best entry. And R1 from R1 to R2, when R2 broke R3, and the best short trade was, see, it was forming a nice rejection at the top. Right now, see the 5-minute candle, there was only one bullish candle, rest all were wicks, exactly rejecting this R3. Now if we check the 15-minute candle, again wicks rejecting this level, right? So we just can't short because of a wick. The previous swing low has to go on 5-minute, that is this level. We could have taken a risky shot here the moment this level broke, with this level itself as the stop loss. The best short trade was when we started falling, and when this R2 broke, we were sure that we were going to hit the previous day high. And when R1 and the previous day, see, always when the previous day high breaks from the top, right, there's a possibility of hitting CPR. So even this move was a good trade. The next following up move was totally unexpected. So entering at that point after such a big fall, there is no point entering long after such a big fall unless we would have tried for a 0 to hero trade, right? So these were the two good trades according to me. Now coming to the possible levels for tomorrow, I'm just going to turn off CPR, and as indicated earlier, see there are few places where we can take resistance on the upper side. One is here, that is 33,420. The next level is here, 33,588. Then this gap that is there, right? This gap needs to be filled. Previously twice we have taken resistance here. So when we come here, there's a possibility we might like take resistance over here and again come down, or if this is broken either with a gap up or tomorrow or the next week, if this level is broken, then definitely we will be filling this gap for sure. So these are the levels that I'll be working with, and this is the trend line that I indicated earlier, which I'll be following. A break of this trend line, see this trend line and this level is pretty close, so I'll wait. If a break of 33,400, then yeah, probably we can see even this level and probably 33,700. Until a break of this, we might be a little sideways, so best thing to do is not to trade. And even if we put on the CPR for tomorrow, we have the previous day high, and at the bottom we have the previous day low where there is even a price action support, right? so that so these levels can act as a good resistance, and at the bottom a good short trade will be if this trend line breaks, probably we can continue going down further, and this level is pretty huge, but there's no other option but just make this big and put on the CPR for tomorrow. See, these are the two trend lines that I'll be watching out for tomorrow. Either we break it on a gap up or a gap down. This entire distance is almost 650 points. So depending on however we open, as of now, the global markets are up and our SGX Nifty is indicating a gap up of 56 points. This might change as the US market has just opened. So over the night, this might change. Depending on either gap up or a gap down, if this trend line doesn't break or this previous day high doesn't break, there's a good chance of reversal based on the CPR setup. The same thing on the downside. If this trend line doesn't break or this S1 of CPR doesn't break, there's a good chance of reversal to the CPR. So this is the reversal trade that I'll be looking for, and a breakout trade only if this level breaks 33,400 and 33,000, and on the downside if 32,700 breaks on the downside. So these are the levels that I have for Bank Nifty, and coming for Nifty. See, Nifty today we had a view in our Cosmofeed group. I did mention that if 33,500 breaks, some short covering will come and this gap will get filled. Exactly, we filled this gap and started reversing. See, this was the gap that we had on 22nd June. Yeah, day before 22nd June. So exactly we filled that gap and then we reversed on the downside. So that's why having these gaps marked and trading the gaps is important. And once we came here, kind of formed this double bottom and shot up. See, the same thing with Nifty on this 15-minute chart. If these are the levels where we can take resistance on the higher side. Now since the gap is filled and we came down, if this level breaks 623, the next target is 710 and even probably 15,856. And if we come into this gap, if we break this gap and go higher, right, we will fill this gap either in one day or probably in 2 days. That only the price action can tell. And a good short trade is only if 15,390 breaks with first target as 250 and 15,191. I do have a feeling that we could head higher in the market for some time before getting any other sell off. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is with the monthly CPR. Say if we break this level, it's also breaking the S1 of monthly CPR, which can also result in retesting the CPR level, right? 34,600. Obviously not for today, but there is a possibility next week, if this gap gets filled, we could come and hit the CPR again. So the best trade would be if 33,400 breaks on the upper side to go long. If this level of 33,760 breaks, go long until the gap fill. And on the downside, if I can place this a little more below, if 33,700 breaks, we could dip further. And as of now, let me just refresh this. SGX Nifty, it is still 56, and see the Dow Jones is up plus 169. Not sure how this, if this closes in positive, even the SGX Nifty will shoot up and